Hello everyone, I am Sifatara Saima. I am from English department and welcome to my presentation. When language was invented is still quite a mystery. Scholars suggest that language was invented roughly back about 1,50,000 years ago, and some suggest that it was about 6,000 years ago that allows us to communicate among a group that follows similar grammatical structures and vocabularies. No matter what language we speak, it is only about to human. None other animals were found that can express limitless idea with a limited number of vocabularies. But how do we understand language? As kids, we are dependent on our parents. We mostly learn everything from them, including language. So, how do kids learn such a complex skill without even the proper knowledge of grammar? This ability to master language can be seen a lot amongst younger children under the age of 12. According to scholars, children under 12 years old have this innate ability to understand what each words mean in a sentence. They have a unique sense of grammar to understand causative sentence, for example, who did what. This mechanism that allows children to perform such feat is still mystery to many. Some believe that children learn language through a series of behavior and feedback, while there is another theory that explains that language acquisition is only possible because there is a thing called universal grammar among us that allows us to dissect a sentence and understand the expression without even properly knowing the grammatical structure. So, today my topic is behaviorism versus universal grammar, a comparative overview. What is behaviorism? Behaviorism is a scientific approach to understanding human animal behavior. Behavior is considered to either a reflex introduced by a mixture of antecedent stimuli in the environment or a result of the individual's past, including reinforcement and punishment as well as in individual present motivational state and controlling stimuli. Despite the scientific and the biology in determining behavior, behaviorists place a larger focus on environmental variables. B.F. Skinner believed that every animal behavior is acquired through the experiences in the environmental, and language is no such exception. Thus, the behaviorist theory emerged, stating that language is a product we acquire through conditioning. The example is children and how they learn language, and if we look at the children, we can see that they learn language from the family members, mostly parents, and parents tend to correct the mistakes of their children. Through this trial and error, children can learn new languages, which is why behaviorists believe that language is acquired through human behavior and learning from it. So now universal grammar. What is universal grammar? In my point of view, universal grammar is a term used in modern linguistics to describe to Noam Chomsky's concept of the genetic component of the language faculty. The basic concept of universal grammar is that humans are born with a set of structural principles that are unaffected by sensory input. As their psychological development advances and they encounter more languages input, and children adopt certain synthetic rules and correct and corresponded to universal grammar. It's sometimes called mental grammar and it's distinct from the other grammars. Noam Chomsky does not agree with the concept of B.F. Skinner, and thus an argument occurred among them, where Chomsky states that how the infants to understand what their parents are blubbering in front of them when they are not even introduced to proper grammatical structure. This is why Noam Chomsky believed that human beings are born with a unique set of rules at birth. These rules allows infants to what each word is trying to mean and how they are working as a sentence. Children are very excited when someone is talking with them, means that they somehow can differentiate between random noise and language. This is how Noam Chomsky believes in the concept of universal grammar. Importance of behaviorism and universal grammar in linguistics. Euron McPhail, a British psychologist, claimed that all the variants are roughly equal in intelligence. The exception was Homo sapiens, who possessed the ability to speak and raising human intelligence to unprecedented the heights, and but how the acquisition process of the language work is debatable. Both the theories are very important in order in order to find out how the language mechanism works, and finding out how our human mind masters such a complex skill as a language can help us not only understand the psychological behavior of human mind but also bring new ways for easy language acquisition process. The behaviorist theory was very famous for language acquisition since the 15th and the 16th 20th century and mostly viewed as any other type of language. Language was taught as a formation of habit, and to give an example, audiolingual method was famous during 1960s. It was primarily focused on the method to repeat continuously until it becomes a natural habit. The problem with this method is that it does not focus much on the meanings of the words to teach a language, rather focused more on how language formed and what to repeat after a question is asked. The result of audiolingualism was poor, and students fell to shortcomings after Noam Chomsky's theory emerged that began to fall as a primary method for language acquisition, and also it put in question on the behaviorist theory for a language acquisition. So now I am going to talk about literature review on behaviorism and universal grammar. Humans are known for their productivity to live in a groups, and no one can survive on their alone. As a result, humans are classified as a social animals. People live in a society where they share ideas, beliefs, culture, characteristics, perspectives, customs, and behaviors among others. Their transformation was always wishes, instructions, sentiments, thanks, statements, and promises. If this is the case, a mechanism to enable such a transaction must be in place. The tool that is used here is speech, which is a part of the larger system known as a language. The topic of whether or not language abilities are intimate has sparked much discussion in this area of linguistics. One is the individual who claims that children are born with some language ability, and the other one instead that they argue that infants learn languages through linguistic experience. Since the 1940s, behaviorism has been the dominant theory for understanding language learning. Language learning is a stimulus response processes. According to behavioral theory, children with less language experience, on the other hand, give some support for universal grammar position. When a child has not been given a consistent in linguistic model, he or she appears to be able to invent certain aspects of language. For example, children without parents are someone proper to take care or can still make their own set of teaching technique in order to represent their thoughts as a language. Chomsky's inherent Chomsky's inherent knowledge of language was revealed as a result of this. So, how it is possible that children are able to do that no matter in which region of the world it might be, all possesses this same unique ability. These ideas leads Chomsky and other research believe the existence of universal grammar. On the other hand, research on behaviorism is going on for a long time, and the behaviorist theory is language acquisition has been dominant for a long time as well. As the originator of behaviorism, J.B. Watson, is generally respected based on Pavlov findings. Watson proposed classical conditioning. The emphasis of this theory is on the relationship between inputs and reactions. Watson believed that humans are born with a limited set of reflexes that are the result of the experiences, that are no distinction between them. This frame of view is comparable of the environments, and even Pavlov and the Russian psychologist is another significant figure in behaviorism. Classical conditioning is said to have been invented by Pavlov and posed that by repeatedly pairing an unconditional stimulus with an unconditional reaction, a conditioned stimulus and the conditioned response are formed. This frequent matching of stimulus and the response result in the establishment of an association, which is known as a classical conditioning. In his experiment, Pavlov used a dog, and each time he fed his dog, he rang a bell which later became a habit for the dog, that every time a bell rang, the dog thinks that food is being served and began to salivate. Language is thought to be similar according to behaviorists as through our life experience and different trial and error we began to form proper grammar sentence in order to use a language. So next is relationship between behaviorism and universal grammar. In terms of language acquisition, the two concepts are basically popular opposite to each other, where one is the result of active stimuli and other is considered natural. The argument is still present and there is still confirmation of which term is more accurate when it comes on a language acquisition. So first of all, I would like to talk about differences. According to Chomsky, if language acquired through behavior as a tool of communicate, it would have been much simpler than traditional language. For example, if a girl is not able to lift a weight and we say as a criticism, wow, you are so strong. Here the context is clearly the exact opposite than the actual meaning of sentence. Despite the sentence being grammatically correct, an example can be used with the word hello, which can either be used for gaining someone's attention or to grade someone. The ambiguity present ambiguity present in language is what makes language complex, and thus the concept of universal grammar shines as we are able to disappear such a complex mechanism relatively easily and naturally. The behaviorist, on the other hand, states that if a child wants milk, the mother provides the milk, and if the sentence is correct, she corrects the sentence and give corresponding rewards or suggestion to correct the sentence. Thus, a baby learns from many trial and errors the constructor proper grammatical knowledge. And then similarities. Although there are hardly any similarities, but some consider that the concept of universal grammar and the behaviorist approach is neither opposite nor different, but they combining together constructed of the language acquisition process, and this is called mentalo-behaviorist approach. According to them, children are born with a set of rules, and through the habits they acquire while they grow, they polish the rules and the construct proper set of grammars. The concept come to a light because while acquiring the first language concept of universal grammar seems stronger to them, and behaviorism is applied during second language acquisition, since both first and second language corresponds to the language system itself. Thus they believe that language acquisition can be combination or both concept. Discussion. After going through all the relative concepts and different theories on language acquisition, it is still hard to determine which method is more appropriate. The concept of behaviorism is strong, as through the process of acquiring new habits we are able to learn many things, from singing to drawing and etc. But if we think about different sign language, for example, when we are winking and we usually mean to send a signal to the opposite end, and that we are trying to warn about something or ordering to perform a certain task, it is usually mostly understood by the receiver. These unique aspects create a strong foothold for universal grammar as well. Based on my understanding, I think that mental behaviorist approach can be suitable way to end this long debate on language acquisition. Every child is predisposed to universal grammar, which is defined as the collection of rules, conditioning, and norms that are components or aspects of all human language, and is state. It is also known as the language acquisition black box. It is because of the black box that universal grammar is not so dominant when acquiring the second language, as it is already present on us. So lastly, I would like to say that the behaviorist theory dominant in the first half of the 20th century and is still active till today, but the concept of universal grammar pushed behaviorists hard back in the days and also popular choice among many researchers. According to some modern behaviorists, the concept of universal grammar is slowly fading, but the idea of quite debatable. Many researches are being conducted on second language acquisition to find a proper answer, and through the behaviorist theory is mostly shines when we are talking about second language, as the process of trial and the error allows us to grasp the linguistic concepts in the form of habits, but the concepts of universal grammar is still applicable when we are talking about our first language. The ambiguity thus created a new concept with the mixture of both. The further researcher in the near future will allow us to have a more proper answer. So these are the references part that I used in my paper, and that's all for me. Thank you so much.